This is the 8th decade of my life, from 1996 to 2006. Going back a ways to 1995, 4, Al and I went to see Lori in San Rafael before she's married. We had a wonderful time together, and has worked so hard to get her degree, which she did get in 55. And she has a master's degree now in special ed, which has really paid off for her. She's done a beautiful job. In the meantime, Al and I decided to drive down the Oregon coast. We went to Monterey Bay and Newport and Carmel, which we just loved. We took our time, and it was just after I had retired, so we felt we didn't have to hurry back for anything. But seeing Gloria was so wonderful. In that I was retired, we were free to travel and do what we wanted to do. My friend Marty Milne asked me if I'd like to go to Europe, and I thought yes, but I really felt I wanted Al to go. Unfortunately, he had trigeminal neuralgia, which would not allow him to go. But Marty and I had a wonderful time for 2 weeks. We left Denver in May of 1995, and we flew to Germany and traveled to Austria, Switzerland, and Italy. It's a wonderful, wonderful trip. In 1950, when I traveled with Pat Witherspoon and Jenny McCammon, we weren't able to go to Germany and Austria because we didn't have visas. That was in 1950. So this time I want to be sure to see those two countries. But Marty was a wonderful companion, and I took gobs of pictures like I always do. I just have more pictures than I can even handle. We happened to be on the inaugural flight, the 777, brand new flight. We really weren't aware of it until we landed in New York. They provided us with a little plaque of dedication to this special occasion, plus having a reception there on the plane. We were invited, Marty and I were invited, which made it all the better. We happened to have met one of the pilots when we traveled down the Rhine River. Actually, we extended our stay 2 different days so we could do that. Marty said, let's do, we won't be back again. That's when we met one of the pilots, and that is the reason we were invited to the inauguration of the plane. It was fun. It was wonderful. This is Switzerland, and it has a warm spot in my heart because it was Zermatt. It's the Matterhorn at Zermatt. I always heard about Zermatt and Matterhorn from my grandmother Zimmerle, who was born in Switzerland. But you can see it was a wonderful group. Marty and I did travel, not with one group, but independently. Then, John being in New York, working on his doctorate degree, we had a chance to go see him in May and June. No, it wasn't May and June, excuse me, it was September and October this time. And we met John, and then we yes, we did drive, what am I saying? We drove along the New England coast from Vermont all the way to New York, taking many, many pictures again. It was phenomenal. It was the most gorgeous time of year, September and October. And this is one of my favorite pictures. It was color everywhere. We just awe-inspired every minute of the time. It was so much fun to see John, and I think it was a good break for him. The colors were everywhere. They were gorgeous. This is John and Elle. and I just couldn't take enough pictures. They had sumac and maple and all kinds of hardwood trees. It was lovely. This was the time that Ann and Doug moved to Vail. They found a little apartment and were very, very happy because Ann was employed at the Charter Beaver Creek, and then Doug also. He was in Sweet Basil restaurant. Mother became 100 years old December 1st, 1995. She had such a big family that it was mostly family and a few friends. Oh, this is for Ann. Yes. Oh, it's upside down. This is for when Ann and Doug moved to Vail. I'm not sure where this was taken. I think it was after Laurie had met Fergus, but I'm not sure just what the occasion was, whether we were there. And I think it was here at home, but I just wanted to add it. And this shows when we visited San Rafael and we met Fergus. Of course, we thought he was wonderful. And they happened to have the same dwelling together. There happened to be 2 rooms, and they met and liked each other very much. They did all kinds of things for us. They took us to the wineries and around town. We had a good feel of what San Rafael was like. And then another trip with the following year to New York to see all the beautiful areas. This time we left John. John didn't go with us, but we went to Washington. Oh yes, he went with us, that's right. He was Washington, and then we went to Williamsburg and Winterthur. And my friend Bobby Hudson was an antique dealer, and she recommended that we go and see some of the beautiful early American antiques. It was a wonderful trip. Then the big moment. Laurie and Fergus's wedding was wonderful. It was on my birthday, July 26th, 1996. I was 70 years old. Is that right? And Laurie was 30, and Angel was 100. It was beautiful. She wore the gown that I wore and that Ann wore, and she looked absolutely lovely. It was at the Grant Humphreys Mansion, lovely setting, and the luncheon reception was in the same building. It worked out beautifully. John played the violin, which made it all the more unique. Here she is in her dress, and Ann was the maid of honor. She didn't have any bridesmaids. There John is playing the violin. He had a pianist to accompany him, and his selection of music, he plays mostly Bach. Here is the reception, is that right? Oh, this is at Sybil's house. She had us for dinner in honor of Laurie and Fergus. And she goes all out. She's a magnificent person, full of love and so artistic. And she's just a fun, wonderful person to be with. But it was a lovely dinner. Then we go into, well, it was still 1996. At that time, December 1st, Mother had become 101 years old. So Laurie sent her 100 pink carnations and one red rose in the center of the bouquet. I'll never forget that. It was so beautiful. And Angel was beside herself. So she was 101 years old, December 1st, 1996. This is just one of the pictures of my tennis teams. After I retired, no, it was not retired, what do I say? I was still teaching school. And in the summer, I practically lived at Skyline Acres, played tennis and swam. It was wonderful. Then we went for a third time in 1997 to New York. This time we drove John back to New York. We went through the Dakotas along the Canadian coast to New York. And again, we saw some beautiful, beautiful scenery. Plus, we were able to observe John in his performance with the Greenwich Village Orchestra. It was so beautiful, so exciting to see him there. He'd been with him the entire time and stayed with him until he graduated. And there he is with his friends. You can see some of the foliage there. This is one of my groups that I belong to. I thought I'd just put them in now and then. This is a tennis group that I've been part of for years, since about 1960 at Skyline Acres. That's where we all met. Sometimes we played doubles, mostly singles with the ladies. We have Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. Those 3 times we'd meet at Skyline Acres, and we'd each bring our own entree, maybe barbecue it, and everybody bring a side dish, appetizer, vegetable, salad, dessert, whatever they wanted to, and it was fun. It was a good place to have it. But that is still going on. Our group is still very active. For Halloween, we of course have dress up in costumes, which we still do. And Christmas was a dress up time. It was special. For those 2 occasions, we'd have a host and hostess who would provide the entree, and then everybody bring a little something. It was very special. This is a friend of mine. I just love her, and I thought I want to add her to this repertoire of mine. The Serious Thinkers is another group that I belong to since I graduated from college in 1948, so we started about 1950. One of the ladies, Johnny Stoddard and her husband, were having a dinner party. We'd try to entertain every month, once a month, and mostly ladies, but once in a while the men were included. But this was a special occasion. I thought, it's our golden anniversary. Let's celebrate. So I bought some roses, put some pictures up, of course, which I take a lot of. And it was fun to have for a special occasion. Here's Ann and Doug down for a day from Avon, where they stayed, where they lived before going to Beaver Creek. This is silly. This is 1988, 1998. And it was just silly. One of the parties, the Christmas parties of the tennis group, and we had White Elephant party, and it was a lot of fun. It was a bookends that had a tennis racket on, but I just put it in for fun. And here we are, Christmas together. John would come home every Christmas, which was exciting. And of course, now we have Lori and Ferg. And here's one of my very favorite pictures up at the Charter at Beaver Creek. Anne made it possible for us to stay there pro gratis. We had lovely rooms. The whole atmosphere was so beautiful. They even had a little square, market square, and it was full of shops and stores with art objects, sculpturing, jewelry, all kinds of things. It was just fun to walk the area for pleasure. And then the last time we went to New York was in, what was that, 1997. This is, we went to, actually, oh yeah, I think this is out of place, I'm not sure. This is the last time we went to New York. As I say, we went through the Dakotas to Canada. I think that's out of place. And here we are all together after being at the Charter Beaver Creek and had some business at Steamboat Springs. So we all went over there and stayed. It was fun. So she could take care of her business and we could be with her. But they provided us with a nice basket of a variety of goodies. This is another group called the Serious Thinkers. I don't know why, but we have been getting together since 1948 when I graduated from college. Most of them are gone now. In fact, all of them are gone. It's very sad. But again, we'd try to meet once a month and have some kind of project going. We even went to New Mexico one time to Santa Fe for the opera. We went to Aspen for some of their music festivals. We learned how to macrame and decoupage, and it was always something going on, and even sculpturing. But it was a very close, wonderful, friendly group. And again, they're all gone. This is something that is wonderful. We had occasion to go to the Broadmoor because I had a $400 certificate, which was a reward for referring Linda Hudson to Mary Ann Hartman, who was the realtor. She gave us the check, the gift check, because she sold the house for Linda, to Linda, that is. And this was the sauna that, I just love this picture. It's wonderful. It's just, you can almost feel how good it feels. And this is one of the pictures we have in our own Rocky Mountains. It was just beautiful color. We'd go over there at the last week of September to see all the beautiful foliage. And then we have, this is Anne at her desk in Avon. And this just when I began sculpturing. This is very elemental, very crude. But I finally had this one bronzed. But this happened to be a model who came one day. We got started. He was there 2 times. We went there 2 times a week for the sculpturing at the Denver, at the Arts Student League. And second day, then the third time, another model came, entirely different body features. And so it's sort of a combination. It's good, but it's my first attempt. I'm not very proud of it. This is my pride and joy, one of my pride and joys from my darling Lori. During the times that she was 10 times or so when she was in India throughout 10 years, wasn't it? She gathered some semi-precious stones, agate and turquoise and silver and lapis lazuli and others that I have I can't remember the names of them right now, but I treasure her necklaces and earrings and bracelets so much. They're beautiful. She's very, very artistic. She would sell them in Sausalito. She's quite a businesswoman. And it was amazing. They paid high prices, and they should have, because they're so beautiful. Here we are, our family, at the charter again at Beaver Creek. It was so special. We loved it, every one of us. All these are pictures that we treasure. Now this is the one again. Oh, yeah, this is the one we had in Steamboat Springs. And here's another picture of us all together. It was delightful. Al's reunion was 2 years earlier than mine. He graduated in 42, and I graduated from high school in 44. But there are a couple of his good buddies, James Shattuck and Betsy, and I think that's the only reunion he ever went to of his own. This is one of my reunions. This happened to be, this is in Tucson. I think it is. I see it upside down. So I went to 2 reunions in the same fall. I don't know where the other one is. The other one's somewhere. Then in 1998, Angel was at Aspen Siesta. She stood up from her chair, big chair, and fell and broke her hip. She was in the hospital for 10 days. The doctor wanted to move her to one place or another. I pleaded, no, please don't. She's in such pain. Why move her? Just let her be. And she lived for 10 days, and I was alone with her at the time she passed away. And I looked at her and I said, she opened her eyes. She looked at me with her hazel eyes, and I said, Angels, you have the most beautiful eyes. And she closed them, fell asleep. Ann and Doug were selling their 10th wedding anniversary, and they decided to go to Paris. This is in 1998. They had a wonderful time. There are a few experiences I won't take the time to tell, but they had a marvelous time. Then it was Al and my turn to travel together. In 1999, we decided to go to the British Isles, and it was the best trip. He was fine. He used a cane, and he didn't go on some of the lengthy trips, hikes that we had, but he managed well otherwise. Whoops. Oh, I'm behind time, sir. I don't know what's happened. I'm sorry. I don't know what made that happen. Anyway, we traveled all the way up and down the British Isles, and I won't go into any detail on that night, but it was absolutely wonderful. Just had the best time. Here he is, Stafford upon Avon, just relaxing, watching the swans and the swimming by, and he just seemed to enjoy it very, very much. Oops. Then this is before Laurie and Fergus went to India. Wasn't that about the time? And I wasn't sure of the time, and this again is Beaver Creek. and the area, they have an ice skating rink there and beautiful sculptures everywhere. Then in 2000, 2000, my very dear friend Bobby and Bob Hudson, her husband Bob Hudson, had a 50th wedding anniversary. And I just wanted to include them. And this is in Vail. And we couldn't go there enough. It was a wonderful chance for us to get together. Then this is 201. Another group of girls, there are 4 of us. And we take turns having birthdays for each of us, so we didn't meet that often. But it happened to be my 75th birthday. And I was looking at this. This is just a tennis group that we met to have lunch. Another just a small tennis group that I like. And then with Christmas, Sybil always had the most elegant, in good taste decorations. She was so creative. Everything she touched was creative. She gave it a lot of thought. She's my very, very dearest friend. Her tree, as you see, was magnificent. She left it up all year around, and I don't blame her. And brought a big giant Hershey bar. It's the same Hershey bar. And we asked her if she wanted to share it. She said no. I guess it was so pretty to look at it, so unusual. She said no. So we kidded about her about that all the time. And here, for my 75th birthday, I think it was, my children surprised me by going up to it was Vail, right? And we had a picnic. They prepared a picnic lunch for me, and we watched the orchestra. I think it's a Rochester Orchestra play, and it was a lovely evening. No rain, no wind, no anything to mar our fun. And here we are at dinner together. And this is, can't see upside. This is another one of my 75th birthday surprises. And this is, John had some friends from New York come and stay with us overnight. We had tacos one night and then albaskitas in the morning for breakfast. But it was fun having him here. But she wanted to have some of his friends come along too. And it was a nice time for them to get together. This is my pride and joy. 201 and 202, or 2001 and 2002. We were in Hana with Gloria and Fergus with the most wonderful 2-week stay. They gave us a complete tour of Hana, the surroundings. Every day was absolutely delightful. It was wonderful. It was so special, and with so many memories. And here we are together. It's one of my favorite pictures of them. This is the Black Beach, isn't it? And the blue pond as they call it. I just love this. John was about to go back to school and finish up. Another one of my prizes, I think it was Dillard's. I happened to sit my name in, and I won a big bear. Can you imagine having a big bear? I think we donated to a hospital or something like that. But I thought it was huge, and compared to Al, but it was fun to have. And then Sybil and Bill had a 50th wedding anniversary, and we were invited to it. They had a dinner party, and it was very special. Again, a very sad happening. Dana Basher was here from California, and Nathan, his son, and family. Sybil was in for a back operation, and I think due to her being anemic, she didn't pull through. It was a shock to all of us, and she passed on. It was just so heartbreaking. This was the big snowstorm we had in 2003. It's amazing. Just to show you some of the pictures of it. We had a lot of snow. It was quite like here. And then here's another one with the shoveling and all. We need that snow now. Then, this is, yeah. It's another group I belong to at the Kappa Kappa Gamma. I was a Kappa in the University of Arizona and a member of the group here. After I retired, I became active in the group. Lovely, lovely ladies. And, another costume party, I had to put it in because they went all out. Some of them were quite unique and individual. It was fun to be with. Doesn't hurt to laugh. This is my garden a while back, and I used to nurture it and love it. And Al didn't like to garden, but I did, so it worked out just fine. Then the top here, we went with a group of Al's friends from high school. We had lunch every now and then, but one by one they passed away. And below here, his friends, very closest friends, Jack Goebel and his wife, we had lunch together one day. He hadn't seen Jack for years and years because Jack lived in California. This is the celebration the family had for Al on his 80th birthday. It was such fun. John played the violin. And this is our 50th anniversary. Again, our family, our children, really went all out to celebrate our anniversary. It was such fun. This was, I think, John's diploma, and we had a pie, I think, here, and I gave Al a picture of us, our wedding picture. And this was his birthday, isn't it? I think. I dressed up occasionally. And Anne, bless her heart, she always looked adorable. And then this was Christmas. I think the last big Christmas party we had together. I set the table with all the fancy china and so forth. And it was fun. We had I remember Lori started laughing and we all just couldn't contain ourselves. It was so funny. And we had a good time. And here we are together. And this is at a costume party. And again, I dress up once in a while. And this is the last Christmas I think we had. This is another tennis group that I belong to. Once in a while we'd get together and have a spring party. And everybody was to wear hats. I think this is one, I'm not sure. Oh no, I guess this wasn't the one. And then this was the marriage of John and Marion. I've only put in 3 pictures because we have so many others. But we had reception Friday Marion's folks stayed. We had dinner. I think we had lasagna again. That seems to be the only I can make. Lasagna, and we had a wonderful time. We had 3 beautiful days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But they were there for dinner, and we became acquainted. And then we had, well, the reception was the next day, Saturday. And it worked out beautifully. We set up a big tent. And Lori and Ann helped me with the appetizers. They'd pass them around and then bring them back and refrigerate them. The party before, the children got a hold of all kinds of things. It was a mess. So we did a little differently this time. But everybody loved seeing them. And that was the way that they could get around and see everybody. And this is when we went to South Carolina to Marion's and John's party, their reception there. So we just had the 2 receptions and no wedding ceremony. And this includes all of their family. Then we went to see Elle's cousins, Betty and Art and Betty, Allison. His last name was Allison, and David's middle name was Allison, or David. They're lovely, lovely people. This is my dear, dear mother. And I'd like to make a dedication to her quickly, if I can remember everything. A dedication to our angel mother, who was the mother of 4, grandmother of 16, great-grandmother of 22, and great-great-grandmother of 2. She was, there's something here I'm forgetting, honey. Let's see, just a minute, 22. She lived a long, happy life, active in active in a variety of activities. She belonged to the Denver University Women's Library. She volunteered for Red Cross during the war, making up bandages. She was a long time PTA mother, having 4 children. She belonged to BEO and the Norfolk Knife and Fork clubs. Also, she played bridge as long ago as I can remember. I'd come home from school and there she was with her little foursome playing bridge. She was very, very good at it. Following, Mother was a full-time homemaker. She greeted us with high spirits, with calmness and assurance. All 3 of those. I can never remember Mother ever being in a bathrobe, slippers, or nightie. She always got dressed. She'd sit on the radiators where it was warm, and she'd always wear a girdle and heels, hose and heels, and a dress. I didn't think much about it. I just thought that's what they do. But she provided us with healthy foods and environment. She took good care of all of us, very good care of all of us. Let's see, I'll get this one more time. Despite being petite, she was mighty. She's full of courage and strength. Everybody loved Angel for her warmth and loving care. She will always be in my heart with an abundance of love, as if she is right next to me. That's it.